Hello, folks. Happy Easter to those that celebrate it. Happy Bank Holiday to those in the UK. And other than that, happy Monday to everybody else, I suppose. This is episode 88 of Malt and Magic, The Forgotten Kingdom of Nye. I apologise for being a bit late there. I think we're all on a bit of a go-slow today, it being a bank holiday, or a national holiday, I should say, in the UK. So yes, we will try and get back up to speed and be a bit more compos mentis throughout this whole thing. A lot happened last week, but before we get into that, let's go through my usual thank yous. So a huge shout out to the virtual tabletop and mapping tools that we use to Incarnate, Owlbear Radio, and Dungeon Alchemist. You will have seen all three of those in their various guises over the last few weeks, and we may see a couple tonight, depending on what happens and where things go. The character creation, character management tools that we use as well. So Dungeon... start again, Matt. D&D Beyond, which, exciting news, has been acquired by Wizards of the Coast. That's amazing news. Congratulations to them. And also Hero Forge for those token creations. There's lots of new shit coming out on Hero Forge, and I didn't realise until I looked about half an hour ago, which just baffled my mind. Means I need to go do more stuff on Hero Forge. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then those sort of Dungeon Master toolkit things that I use in the background. And those sort of Patreon services, if you like. So a massive shout out to Kasoon, 5e Magic Shop, and 2 Minute Tools, who have been a massive help tonight, I'm not gonna lie. And then for the musical tracks, Tabletop Audio, thank you to them as well. Of course, our show would be nothing if not for the sound effects that we have on it, controlled by our very own Mr. Wizard. So a massive thank you to BattleBards, whom we are affiliated with. So if you want to get your own sound effects or anything of the sort in your own game, then you can use the code you see on screen, Malt and Magic, as you register. That will get you a nice cheeky discount and allow you to get those sound effects and use them in your own game, radio play, Twitch stream, whatever you're doing and need sound effects for. Go check them out. You saw the social media links at the bottom there, but please go check us out on our social media feeds. I am playing around with some TikTok ideas. I almost live streamed myself DMing on TikTok tonight, but just didn't have time to set shit up and make sure everything was ready to go. So we will get that done, and we will get an account sort of up there and added so people can follow us on there. If you are a TikTok user, of course you can follow us on all the usuals on Twitter, Instagram. Of course you're here on Twitch if you're watching us live, or you may be here on YouTube if you're watching us after the fact. Please go check out the podcast as well if you're after the past episodes but can't get access to a screen to watch things right now, although usually you'd be on your phone anyway so you can watch it. But let's say you're driving or doing those sorts of things where you can't be looking at a video, then please go use the podcast. I've been doing that a lot in the past couple of weeks. I've just listened, or I've just about started, I should say, the Theo Godden episode. So I'm waiting for Anders' absolute epic moment towards the end of that episode, which would be fantastic. I will probably listen to that this week while I'm travelling to and from various places for work. And of course, go check out the website as well. Those updates are still coming when I get there. There's a lot going on right now, but we will get there. And I think that's it for my announcements, my updates. I don't think there's anything else I've missed, but I'm sure the gentleman will remind me, or at least let me know if I've missed anything in the meantime. So with that, my usual warnings do apply. There will most certainly be adult language, hopefully some humour of the adult variety as well. So with that, you have been warned. Let's roll. Hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing on this very long weekend?
Oh, yes,
Very
good.
Fantastic.
Very
Good stuff.
Way
That's
too
what I
much
like to
food,
hear.
but, you know.
We did eat a lot of food, mate, to be totally honest. So I was with some owl of about, 5 hours ago?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we had a good family weekend. Playing with puppies, which is always good fun. My parents have just got a brand new golden retriever puppy, so she's very cute. Anyway, before we get distracted by puppy talk and everything else, thank you so much for the subscribes as they come in. That's amazing. The subscriptions, I should say, when English sort of emerges from the hole in my face. While I try and figure out how to speak, let's very quickly go down the lineup so people know who we are. I am Matt, I am the Dungeon Master, and I will play your psychic character of Bothrid tonight. Any NPCs, monsters, or whatever else we may come across. Yeah.
I am Danny, and I play the lovable Ander Splinterthorn, everybody's favourite fuck-up.
I am Smo, and I play Kirik Gravetusk, the cleric fighter who has leveled up and got something good, but not something amazing.
Spoiler
Gave the
alert!
game away.
We need a spoiler alert.
So good.
I forget what was said on stream or what wasn't, so...
That's okay, mate. That's okay.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon the Goliath fighter warlock, and yeah, I got my ass handed to me last week, but it's all good because I think it was actually quite good for him to get that.
So you've pressed the long rest button. Now you're fine.
We have indeed. We have pressed the long rest button, and of course, the last thing that I very, very, very nearly forgot before we all logged off, but we were all off stream at that point, was the ticket to a level up. So we have all leveled up to level 15, chosen spells, chosen features, those sorts of things. But what we did want to do live on air was, of course, roll some hit points, apart from, I believe, Ander, who has already clicked the button and done it, which is fine. That's not a problem. So,
And it's been premature again before, hasn't he? So,
It's
his life, really.
that's why he's got so many ex-wives.
I need a D12.
Imagine rolling D12s for fucking...
Oh, I'm glad I'm rolling a D10 this time.
An additional 8 points for Bothrid as he takes a level in Barbarian.
I rolled a 3, so that's an extra 6 points.
Nice.
Okie dokie. So where do I manage HP? Because it automatically adds it, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Are we giving away what we levelled up in for us multi-class?
No.
Well, I think. Okay.
Well, I've given... So, yeah, okay. So, Barbarian. Yes, you can choose. You can say the class. Just don't say what features and shit you've picked.
I levelled up in Bard this time.
Nice.
I went cleric.
Shocker.
Very good.
I have gone fighter.
No
there we
way.
go. Everybody sticking to the base classes today.
I know.
Apart from our resident
Apart from me.
bard there.
Yeah. Well, it was a choice between... I was torn between an extra sneak attack damage or some culinary spells, so obviously I led towards spells.
So with that hit point roll, Bothrid has just rolled over 100 hit points without the Constitution modifier.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I was already above
So
that anyway.
he was 104 without his...
Because I am so bitter about being sub 100 for the longest period of time. You just had to.
But you are the sneaky little bastard. Like, Bothrid's the tank. Dargon's a bit of a tank.
Yeah.
And Kirik, if he really wanted to, could stand in there and just take on everything going. So... But yes.
A long distance
For an
fighter.
update, I'm on 129.
I'm just relinking them because it's.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to do it over a cat. It's quite difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Try the internet rather than a cat. You might get on better.
I was going to say, it might be quicker.
Leaning over a cat. Right, who am I doing now?
The cat's sitting there with an
idea.
Ethernet cable up her ass. It's not going to go very well.
Right, I think it's. Okay, let's see if this works. Anyway, carry on as you were.
Do not call
Yes,
the
indeed.
authorities. He does not really have a cat with a cable up its bum.
Yeah, nobody needs to worry. There's no sort of animal abuse going on in the background on any of our streams. It's all good fun.
Unless you count.
Okay.
Are we all on the right stuff now? I think so.
Yes.
79?
Hang on a minute. Bothrid
Bothrid's
now
got more than
has...
you.
Oh, that's not fair. I don't like that.
My main
the
man.
actual tank now.
He's the actual
Nice.
tank. Oh my
I'm
goodness
going to hide
me.
behind Bothric now,
Yeah,
so are you.
So I didn't actually say it. I rolled a 6. So there we go.
He saw his chance and took it, is all I'm going to say.
Good.
So, last week was one hell of an episode. We had obviously come back from that couple of week hiatus and immediately sort of continued with our jaunt through the temple, which did have a name. And for the life of me, I've just forgot it. It was in my brain and has just gone
Lost Souls, wasn't it?
out. It was not the Temple of Lost Souls. That was the Ruins of Lost Souls. It was the Temple of the Sundering Earth was the name of that one. So there's a bit of a theme going on with these temples. We've had the Temple of we've had the Temple of the Assaulting Breeze with the source, and a Temple of the Sundering Earth. So yes, we will see what else happens. However, you then sort of solved the mystery of the door, which involved you basically growing a tree and then killing it off. Didn't take you very long to figure that puzzle out, with one hint, I think, from me, but other than that, it was a series of checks and everything I would expect in order for you to solve that puzzle. Got through the doors and were immediately beset upon as Ander snuck down a corridor by 4 earth elementals. Which you dealt with relative ease, although there was some scary moments there, and I think Dargon started to take his pasting in that fight. And then you found the big ornate door, the big door that we had to get through to try and find the source. Required the use of a key, but not just any key, it required the use of the Moonblade of Esamir in its dagger form, which then allowed you to unlock said door, and you were greeted by a very large cavern. Still very Feywild in essence, and you saw the pedestal with the source, the orb on it, glowing pink, and then the creature appeared out of the wall and had quite a few abilities, including legendary resistances, legendary actions, a very, very, very heavy fist, which pounded into Dargon repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over again, to the point where Dargon almost died. Very, very nearly. But we made it through. And in fact, just before we entered into that, there was a bit of a twitchy moment with Ander in his chest and his new tattoo, which means certain things. And certain abilities, which I have not sorted out on your character sheet yet, so I apologise for that.
That's right, I know what it is, and I know what it does, and it's cool as fuck.
Excellent, that's good preparation there, so thank you for that. But yes, defeated the monster, cracked the orb again, and Dargon, this time you were granted an audience with whatever creature or thing this was, who bound itself to you, and you now have the tattoo of falling rocks on your arm. And then we all decided to take a long rest, having been, or had the crap beaten out of us for a few hours there. And this is where we begin our episode tonight. Having leveled up, having taken a long rest, as you all sort of wake up. Well, I will say, is there anything anybody wants to do on their long rest in particular, or are we just skipping to the morning or the?
Dargon passes
wake,
out. I mean, that's it.
Dargon's down.
Yeah.
During my watch, if that's the thing that we would do, I would
you'd always do watches.
I would just take out the Theogodin's body from my bag, cast Gentle Repose on it, and then shove it back into the bag.
Okay. Now, this body started to decompose a little bit in sort of the hours that you've had it. Even though it was hidden away inside the temple, so it started to bloat a bit, but you cast Gentle Repose and it sort of stays in that position, if you like, now that state. But yes, cool. So
okay, then what I'll do during my I did acquire some items, didn't I, from the Queen's thingy bob. I know what they are because they're in the inventory, but Ander doesn't know what they are. So what I will do, because I don't think I'm going to need it, and I want to gift it to someone in the group, I want to find out what it does first. so I'm going to spend some time figuring out that fancy axe, figuring out what that does before I go to bed.
I've just got to remind myself of what the fancy axe was.
It's the woodcutter's axe.
Thank you very much.
Spoiler
cool.
alert
So
again.
yeah, you would
Sorry.
spend... No, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just because I was then frantically searching through your character sheet to try and find it. But yeah, so you would spend sort of an hour or so just familiarising yourself with this. Not attuning to it, because you don't want to, but trying to understand what it is. And it is quite well crafted. I don't want to say ornate, because you can see it's also been used quite a bit, although the blade remains sharp. And you see sort of little symbols along the haft of it, which pretty much describe chopping wood and those sorts of things. So you also understand that it is some sort of magic weapon, to the point where it probably has a little bit of extra damage to it. And based on the feeling of where you are and some of the marks on it, you can see almost what look like streak marks across the blade, which you've only ever seen from sap and the like. You think, if this ever goes up against a plant, it's going to be really useful. Cool. So you identify the woodcutter's axe. Is there anything else you want to try and... Or you didn't?
I've got me few items that I stole, and I've got the chromatic rose, the chime of opening.
Yes.
And there's another one, I believe. Oh, what is it? Frankly looking through my thing.
Crystal, I believe, was one.
The Psi crystal. There we go.
Cool. So yes. I don't think I'm going to require anything particular for those. I'd say you, being a bard, would eventually be able to identify what these things are, or at least what they do, even if not the name. Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Excellent. Bothrid's going to do fuck all except sleep and watch. And so, you finish your long rest. You sort of come to, the four of you. Bothrid took the final watch, and you can see he's already inside this dome, has pulled out a little cauldron, bucket, bowl, if you like. Cauldron's probably the right thing. Built a little fire and is beginning to just throw some rations in there and throw some spices out of his bag, just to try and make a meagre breakfast, but something to at least fill the stomach for now. And as you all rise, you just... Boys, breakfast done. Dog on, you need sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Took heavy hit yesterday.
I did take it off. Bring it over. Oh, that's good. Ah, you do well in the middle of nowhere, you do. Oh, it's impressive.
Hopes to be prepared.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of prepared, I did liberate some items from the Witch Queen, and I did, before I went to bed last night, I spent some time figuring out what they are. And one of the items, which is of no use to me, because it's an up close and personal heavy weapon, which I can't wield myself, is this axe. It's the sort of axe where if we came up against a wood creature, wooden object, plant type creature, or a grass Pokemon, it would severely, well, long story short, it will fuck them up. And I want to gift it to someone because I have no use for it.
What is a Pokemon?
It's a thieves' camp for like a woodland sprite creature that I used to see in the Feywild as a child.
Oh.
Boom! Pulled out my ass.
Inside check. No, I'm kidding.
So I know Dargon's a bit fond of the old axe, but I know he's got a lot of journey weapons. But Kirik, Bothrid, would anybody want the axe? If not, I'll just keep hold of it and sell it or trade it for something else.
It's not a hand axe. It is a bigger than that, is it?
It's a great axe.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Nope.
I can take if you not need, but happy either way.
Yep. It is yours, Bothrid, for when you inevitably lose one of your other weapons.
Yes, very kind hand of
That
it,
only happens with javelins.
You know me, I'm good with my sword.
I should give it to Bothrid then.
Bothrid will take it. And, we'll sort of
And the other items I will leave as a surprise for when we need them.
Sounds great. So what's the plan next?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Home sweet home?
Well, hang on a minute. Do we or do we not need that sword that's locked upstairs?
Oh. Won't it?
Very good point.
Well, so you're saying we should leave the way we came in to then close the door and take the sword?
If we can then get a speedy escape back, fine. But do we really want to leave that sword there?
Do we only think, though, they wanted the sword because they knew it gained entry to where the source was, rather than they wanted the sword itself?
I mean, that's a good shout. But
because all it does is cause damage to the person who grabs it.
Okay, if he was there to get down here, then yeah, that's all he was trying to do is collect that sword, but it was also stabbed through the king. Did it not grow when we saw it? Or shrink? I can't remember. Can't remember in that fight whether they actually picked that sword up or not.
You never got to the sword.
You mean... No, nobody picked it up. So, just before that fight kicked off, Kirik was able to sort of grasp the massive hilt. What you found was when you went in this next time and lifted it up, it shrunk down to the point where you could lift it.
For some reason, I seem to remember Theogodon had picked it up and was using it, but...
I fucked him up before that happened.
Yeah.
No, they never managed to actually get their hands on the sword.
Right. But he was going back that way, and that would make sense because he was then going towards...
I tell you what, though.
Trying to get down here.
If we leave it the way we found it, if Asmodeus doesn't know we've got it yet, it could be a good diversion. So he thinks, they've not come here yet. He uses the sword, goes down there, or one of his minions falls into the same traps we fell into, and hopefully it delays them. But then, now we've freed the source, would the traps still be there?
The anti-magic field's gone as well. It's a bit obvious that we're not here. We were here.
Yeah, and now we've freed the source as well. That does send like a shockwave across. Well, the first one sent the shockwave across an island. I'm assuming the second one would have done as well.
Yeah.
Okay. As it may well have just been the key, I'm willing to reverse that and say let's just bugger out of here. But if you want to double check and get it, I'm happy. I'll pick it up if we have to.
We can always put it in your bag of holding, I suppose.
Yeah. Do we try and get out?
Yeah, I suppose it can't hurt.
Well, it can, but...
It can't hurt us if we don't touch it, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but, you know.
Okay. Let's head back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Malt Masters might be able to figure out how to use it and not be hurt by it, and they could use it for the cause, I suppose.
It's unlikely, but it's possible that if this isn't here, they'll try and look for the sword because they know it needs to open it. So it will delay them, as you say. It's unlikely, but yeah, we've got to take it.
Okie doke.
Let's go.
Okay, so you begin to head up, or I say head up, head out, follow the familiar path. And you can see, still see the ash and dust piles where the other elementals all sort of partially exploded. You can see the the stones that were left behind by the Gale of Dur, which you originally found down here. And that, again, that familiar buzz, or that familiar hum, that almost static feeling to the dungeon, the temple, is long gone. It almost feels stagnant, or just empty, I suppose, is another feeling, not having that consistent buzz. And you then make your way up the long steps and eventually step out into the temple. And you can see the sword. I think, actually, Dargon, you'd already taken said sword. No, you did. You tried to pull it out. It failed. You left it in, so it'd open up. So, yeah, you see the sword in its sort of forward position. Yeah.
Right. Well, as long as everyone's out, I'll try and close it. Where's that infernal crown?
Oh, wasn't I wearing it? There you go.
I'll put the crown on, sit in the chair, as I think I had to do before.
You did indeed.
Grab hold of the sword and pull it back, I think. Yeah, pull it back to close it.
Okay, so you do sort of sit there, and with the crown on this time, no effects, and you just sort of pull it backwards, and the whole platform, again as I hit the mic, just shifts back. It's almost as if there was no staircase there. You can barely see the scrape marks on the floor. The only things now in this room beside yourselves are those burnt out husks of bodies that were here the first time you arrived.
If I can, I will find out if I can pull the sword out, and I will drop it straight in the bag of holding.
So you pull it out. Make me an investigation check as you do so, please.
First roll of the night. 15.
15. Where the blade was almost sort of this pure black, it's almost like the shine has gone from it. It's become very dull and muted. But you do sort of lift it up and just place it in the bag of holding.
There's a good chance this was just a key, guys, but, you know, safe than sorry at this point.
Indeed.
How do we get home? Do we walk back?
Kirik can do his little trick, can't he?
I can bring us to the temple.
Do we need to
we can go.
Send a word ahead?
Or we can go through the sticks, but no. I'm assuming you guys don't want that one.
Yeah, no.
100% no. Hell no. Right, so actually, we know what our mission is now. We need to get the third source, which is under Loch Essamir. Are we going back to the Malt Masters to then immediately go to Loch Essamir? So we're going to appear at the temple, not even go into Glenn Tuag and go straight to Loch Essamir?
Can we...
Or are we going to mosey about Glenn Tuag?
Can we go anywhere else?
Not with my ability, no.
Oh, but we can if we go through the sticks, can't we?
Potentially.
I vote for the long way round rather than death.
Yeah, I vote that. Let's do that.
I can't send.
We can't
I can't send word because we are good try, but there's a possibility that it doesn't reach destination because of different planes.
Who has I do forget who has the other sending stone. I have one. I can't remember who I left the other one with.
I have one. I think you left it with the captain.
Swift.
Yes.
It's either
Swift. So
yeah.
Either way, I've left it with someone. I could ask them. Well, forewarn them we're coming to Glenn Tuag, so don't freak out when we rock up at the temple.
Did they drop us off at Telma? No, we arrived by magical means.
Yeah, sure did. As far as I'm aware, the last we heard is that they were still in Glenn Tuag, so they might still be there.
So I can always send word then on the sending stone.
Yeah, I mean that's
Go for it.
give them as much warning as we can.
So whoever is at the end of the sending stone, I will send them with my 25 words. Successful mission. We are coming back to the keep. Don't attack us when we arrive. See you soon. Love, Ander.
Cool.
Here's where they've just left it in an empty room and I'm speaking to no one.
Well, you don't get a reply.
Oh, good. Because they were having a poo or because they're dead? That's the question. There's no other options. It's those two options.
Either dying or shitting yourself.
Pretty sure you shit yourself.
Everybody make me a perception check, please.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Sure.
18.
Oh, 29. What a roll.
16.
You can see smells.
You can see smells.
What you all notice is that this room has become distinctly colder all of a sudden.
You may not have noticed. Did you? I know you might not have noticed, Dagon, but it's really cold in here now.
I can feel it.
It's not.
It doesn't bother me. It's just a bit weird. Thought it was always ball achingly sweaty in the Feywild.
I don't think it's not. That's a good thing, is it? I think we should leave.
And
I mean, I didn't get.
you
I didn't
now
get response
also
from the
notice
stones,
that
but
it's like the light becomes darker, or the room gets a little darker. I'm really tempted to put some bands in the chat for using a Frozen reference. I won't though, stick, just because it's you.
Shut up! It's an absolute tune.
Okay.
Frozen 2's better.
Guys, we either go now or run.
I wanted to carry on the Disney chat and talk about Moana, but okay, back in character.
Orlando, with your perception check of 29, I think yours is the highest there. As the room gets darker, you notice a shadow seemingly move towards the entranceway, somewhere.
Is that you? Oh, shadowy friend of mine. Have you come for your cloak?
No. This time, I bring something else. Someone else.
Another gift? Oh.
I suggest you
foe?
all kneel. As he steps out of the shadow and just turns to the entrance, and there is a flurry of ice and snow momentarily. And out of that flurry steps a figure. And she holds herself very high. She's quite tall anyway. And she wears this dress, perfectly fitted, perfectly tailored dress of black silk almost. And it could be there's a spider web pattern in it, or maybe no, it's almost like a snowflake pattern in it. On her head is a crown of what originally looks like ice, but you then realise is crystal. This beautiful, long, flowing, raven black hair that flows out behind her. She steps out of this flurry and holds out a hand. Should do it like that, so it actually appears on camera. To Mr. Sexy Pants, shadowy figure. My darkness, you do oh so very well, as always. You would do well to heed his advice.
I will kneel and do that with my hands to try and get the others to do the same.
Othridge is
I have a question.
All good.
I have a game question. Do I feel like Forbiddance is still up?
Ooh, it's been 8 hours.
It lasts for 24.
And what do we specify with Forbiddance?
I said all of them. All of the things would happen.
Let me just go look that up, because it may cause issues, and I may have totally forgotten about that. So thank you for reminding.
No worries.
Well, you've poo-pooed the storyline for this episode, Samal.
No, he's not. No, he's not. There's ways of getting around this. Don't worry.
She transforms into something else.
Let's just have a look.
We haven't met the...
You did.
Ooh. Have we met her before? No. She might be from one of the other courts we haven't met yet.
Okay. What level did you cast that spell at?
6th.
Oof.
Okay. Gonna make this very, very simple then. Kirik, you think for a moment, like, hang on a second, and then you realise the spell that you had cast is no longer there. It has been dispelled. And it's a fucking good thing that's in one of these spell lists for them. And we reset.
I look at Kirik.
Oh, Kirik is not going to kneel. If you're
shadowing us, advice. I will forgive my friends. They don't know the formalities that we go through when we meet royalty. They're from a different place. They don't understand like we do. I apologise on their behalf.
I wouldn't expect anyone of her kind to really pay any reverence here.
Who are you?
Excuse me.
Who are you, milady?
Thank you.
Ooh, this is going well.
And you can see the one Mr. Sexy Pants, who she's referred to as her darkness, steps forward. Almost looks like he's going to come and backslap you across the face, but she just places a gentle hand on his shoulder. No need. I will not be here long. You have done what you needed to here. Now the gift that I gave. I wish it to be returned, please. The sword.
Do you mean the cloak?
No, you may keep that. That was his to give, and he gifted it to you. And
thank you.
Sword.
Which sword?
The sword.
Yeah, I got no clue.
You've just placed it in your bag. Give me the sword, please.
Oh, that one. Oh, all right.
As we are, your darkness and I, we realise we're on the same page. We're friends. May I ask I'm sorry. I forgive my ignorance, but I'm not sure who you are. Which queen I'm addressing.
Surely that is obvious. And
Unseelie Queen?
Yes, that is one name. I am known under many guises. Some call me the Queen of Air and Darkness. Some call me Queen Marb. Others call me the Lady of Winter.
If I may ask, how did the sword come by this temple? Was a key.
I placed it here. There are very few times that myself and my kin from the Shining Courts agree, but this was one of those occasions. And well, when that fool placed his son with us, he needed some way of controlling what was down there. But you've dealt with that now, so...
Who was the son?
Yeah.
What do you mean, who was the son? Surely you know all this by now.
Oh, you mean one of the Brother Kings?
Oh, my darkness. These boys are rather foolish, considering they've come so far. Or stupid.
Alright, trade you. Information for the sword.
I don't trade, and I've not come here to trade.
Oh, well, I've got a sword and you've got the information.
Do not think you have any sway here. If I wish, I can take the sword from you.
Sure.
Let's not provoke someone we may later need to rely on.
I'm just asking for information, but, you know.
So
this is not a trade or a bargain. This is you handing over what is not yours, but which is mine.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I just dropped my coin purse there. So
rather laden it sounds.
When you said in character of the Queen, we're a bit stupid for not knowing who the son that was placed here, was that actually Matt talking through the character saying we're stupid and should remember that?
No, that was the Queen. Whether you remember that or not, that's entirely up to you.
Yeah. Can I just say, we're going to give you the sword because we want to make peace and we're on the same page. But what I wanted to broach the subject of you with is there still 4 courts of the Fae? I know I've met the Summer Grove, so the Sealy Court. You've got your good self. Would you be open to the potential of a unification of the courts in the fight against a threat against us all?
Where did you hear there were 4 courts?
Well, I'm just assuming because there's a lot of 4 seasons Earth in all these motifs in some of the puzzles we've had to solve. So I'm just assuming there's 4.
You know, for one who spent so much time among us, you know very little.
I have a lot of repressed memories and childhood trauma.
There are only 2 courts of the Fae, mine and theirs.
Okay, that's 2 less to unify, so that's a bonus for me. Would you be open to at least a truce?
No.
What would need to be the case for you to consider it?
Oh, I'm not going to ally myself with them, if that's what you're asking. However,
no, but you'd be allying yourself with me, not them.
Please do not interrupt me again, Ander.
Sorry.
I will not ally myself with those of the shining, prancing pixie prick caught. My darkness, however, has already shown me at least, that you have some use, some worth. You have all you need from us. I suggest you use it.
Okay. I'll consider us allies then. Thank you. Dagon, give us the sword.
Right, fine. Put my hand in the bag of holding, and I'll think of that sword.
Cool. The moment it barely touches your fingertips, it flies away, and just she catches it. And as she then holds it in her palm, it just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, and becomes a single jet black rose, which she just holds. And then it gets covered in ice and shatters. Our Lord Frost will appreciate that being returned, I think. Come, my darkness. We have done all we need to do here. And she turns, and as she turns, just disappears in a flurry of snow and ice again.
You know,
the darkness.
Oh yeah.
Carry on.
Oh no! Wait for the darkness to go.
The darkness is going to stand there and sort of puts his fingertips together and just stares down towards the four of you. However, have you all survived thus far?
How long have you been spying on us?
Well, him, from the very start.
Creepy.
Points to Ander. As soon as I felt him return, that was. The rest of you, well, here and there. But that is my way. That is my gift. I suggest the next time you meet someone of such power, you show a little bit more humility.
I mean, I tried, but trying to keep these egos in check is hard work. As a modest man, it's really hard for me to deal with these guys, as you can see. Don't inside check that.
Good luck. I don't think you'll see me now. For a while. Change is afoot.
Thank you for watching over me, I suppose.
You're welcome. And he just takes a step back into shadow and is gone.
Well.
Can anyone else hear a buzzing?
Yeah, it's from...
Is that the Feywild?
It's a Feywild Tumbledore,
Is that the mad...
Feywild static.
Yeah.
We're not tuned properly.
But you know, Amber, you're part one of these guys, and now I can see it. You know, that arrogance that comes out occasionally, I can see exactly where it comes from. Jeez.
Arrogance? Self-confidence, thank you very much.
My point exactly. Anyway, shall we?
Yes. Let's leave before we insult any more royalty, including myself.
What is the plan?
I'm going to grab kind of hold of both Ander and Dargon. I'm going to tell Bothrit to hold on to one of them, and kind of placing my other hand, kind of grasping my shield, I will focus on the temple in Glenn Tuag, and I will cast whatever that spell is called. Word of Recall.
I will cast whatever that spell's called.
Is the
nothing but confidence on our spell, man.
One of you to roll me a d6, please.
Oh, that's got to be
sure.
Got to be some.
That makes sense.
1.
Excellent. So, you all appear. If I don't recall, fantastic. Love it. It's amazing. Totally put me off as well. Yeah, that was good. So you all appear back in the temple, and this time, as your vision becomes clear again, Kirik, there is a familiar but unexpected hand held out to help you stand from where you now sort of kneel. As you take the hand and sort of stand, you look up into the eyes of the Cooper, fully adorned in battle gear.
I take it you got a message?
No. We've been taking shifts. You've been gone, well, a month.
Have we?
A month. Bloody hell.
Yes.
It's been a day. Ish.
Fucking hell, Jesus. Almost died on stream.
Your whiskey
choking on your own spit is the worst choking.
It is, isn't it? It's just horrendous because it comes out of nowhere. Also, I think Samel, thank you for rolling a 1. That could have been 6 months.
Well, there was
good point.
A table of a d6. There was various things on there.
Good point.
Yes, we've been awaiting your return to discover what went on, but, well, about a week ago we felt a wave, a weakening. And so it was then we decided to take shifts, knowing you would return at some point.
It was only a temporary weakening, right? Please tell me that.
That's well outside the boundaries of my knowledge.
I seem to recall the last one was a temporary weakening. Okay. Yeah, fine.
Did you get it done? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Success. Mission success.
Yeah. We need to discuss where we're going next. I think we have a good idea, but we've got to tie that down.
Are you leaving immediately, or are you hanging around? What is the...
I mean, I would say almost immediately, unless we need to have anything else. Correct me if I'm wrong, lads, but we have a sneaking suspicion we need to get to the bottom of Loch Essimere.
Yes. Obviously, we don't want that message to go too far and wide. Don't keep this to yourself in between the 4 masters, because what we don't want is word to spread amongst the camp, and then word to get back to Asmodeus, and he'd beat us to it. He has...
Should I leave then, boy?
Spies.
As a dark-skinned figure then steps sort of around the Cooper. Good to see you again.
Obviously, you're part of the inner circle. I just didn't know you'd be here. You're off gallivanting more than I am.
Oh no, I see now what it is. You get to the rank of lieutenant and you just think nothing of your old mentors anymore. Huh?
I think the rank of king is more appropriate, but we're not quite there yet.
That has yet to be seen, boy.
Yeah, I mean, preferably we'd like to be alive by the time we get to the bottom of Loch Esmere as well. That small little problem.
I don't suppose anybody's got... I don't suppose before we went AWOL and become a murderous hobo, the Stillman was working on a submarine. Was he?
Sub what? Says the Cooper.
Oh, that's underwater boat. I read about them.
Boat.
Yeah, like a ship, but it can go underwater. By the look on your face, I'm assuming.
Sure, no, I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
There's not much else for us to really say. We did our job, and we've got one more to find, by the way.
Two down, two to go.
More. Sorry, 2 more to find.
But one of them is with Asmodeus. So
we think.
What we might...
Have we
what
actually
might
been
be
told
the
that?
plan. We know he has one, yeah, because we see
You've
it
assumed.
Yeah.
We've assumed. Did it happen in a cutscene and we're not supposed to know that?
Quite possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably.
That's why break.
Yeah, like, bit of metagame in there, but we're all good.
That's what I was like. 1. Oh no, 2.
Okay, we've got two
more
more to find, but we believe the 4th is in the Black City. So if that's where Asmodeus is, he more than likely has it. Just to retcon that scene.
Well, he either has it or at least controls the gate, which is troublesome.
I think what we might need to do after we've been to Loch Esmere, we might need to come back here, rally the troops, pull the banners, if we're going to full-on assault up in the Black City. I've had enough of this.
Well, we can certainly do that.
defense.
The troops are all ready. We've begun to put plans and contingency plans into place to evacuate the... War horns begin to sound.
I thought your phone would got a message.
There's just this... And you begin to hear it echo around now as it's repeated. And then a sound you were not expecting when you reached home. There is a distant sound of screams. And the Cooper doesn't even finish his sentence. The Cooper literally shoves Johannes out the way and runs out the door as everybody thinks my trumpet is a phone. Fuck you all. He literally sprints out the door, and as he sprints out the door, there is just this fireball which lands in front of him, and you can see them now sort of raining from above, ploughing into buildings, some striking the keep itself, and there are guards and people running everywhere. Out of these fireballs, as they land, you can see all manner of devils and creatures and fiends that sort of jump out and begin to chase after people or set fire to buildings. And the Cooper's just going to turn to you all and say, well, it was inevitable. To arms, boys, to arms! And he's just going to pull a huge, great sword off his back. And he's going to charge forward. What are you doing?
Roll an initiative.
Charging.
Not yet.
You wreck my fucking house, I'm going to chop your head off. Pull this sword out, pull out my shield, and follow.
To get Bothrid angry and ready for the battle, I'm going to go, I bet they've destroyed your garden.
Bothrid's just going to take one look. I'm going to off after Dargon the Cooper.
I'm going to extend my hand to Ander, and I'll say, your forearm.
I'll give you my forearm.
And as we lock hands, I'm going to cast Warding Bond on him.
It's for the best.
Yep.
Excellent stuff.
So you have +1 to AC in all saving throws, and you have resistance to all damage. As long as you are 60 feet 60 feet away from me and for the next hour.
So if you go giant, I'll just sit in your pocket the whole time.
I guess you could do that, yeah.
I'll reduce myself and you make yourself larger and then I'll sit in your pocket.
Cool.
Like a kangaroo.
Excellent. As you all now sort of sprint off into the distance, everywhere around you now you can just hear the sounds of battle and screams. Some of the thatched roofs, as you turn around and look down towards where the village of Glenn Tuag is, you can see there is just smoke rising. It's clear where the Cooper is heading. He's sprinting now towards where the keep is, and you can see there is a fireball which has smacked straight into one of the towers. And he continues on forward, and then there is just this 3 larger fireballs which land sort of in front of you and to the side as you run between now the buildings of sort of the one of the distilleries, if you like, and where Mephisto's shop actually is. And out of this fireball, as it just sort of a large creature now stands, almost minotaur looking type creature, and he's just going to crack his neck, hefts up a morning star. There you are. You have something he wants, and I'm going to take it. I've been looking forward to this. I'm Bale, Lieutenant of Asmodeus, even when I can get the name out. Fear me, and rejoice in your death. And he's just going to begin bounding forward, and you see as he bounds forward these 2 bony, large-looking creatures, almost skeletal in nature, just come creeping around the corner. One with this hooked spear-type thing. And we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Panic!
Problem is now, I need to bring up
20.
a lot of fucking character sheets.
While you're doing that, I will...
Oh, will there also be a map?
And we also... Yes, I know. And too many things to manage. Too many things.
Too many things.
So the war has come home. That is the overriding thing now. And it seems like they were waiting for you to reappear.
Have we fought a Minotaur before?
It's like a Minotaur. It's not a Minotaur. It looks like a Minotaur. He has called himself Bale. B-A-E-L. So... It's always fun giving myself more work to do. Fuck it. This is going to be awesome. So, is that particular app opened yet, or is it still loading? It's still loading. So let's do this the easy way. If you haven't figured this out yet, viewers, we are massively unprepared for tonight.
Yeah, I'm also... Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, I have not a lot to prepare, so I am fully prepared. Because all I need is myself and my character sheet.
Thanks for that, mate.
I
welcome.
am...
Oh, and my notes that I are in a horrible
reading
paper format that is hard to follow. Oh, get your shots in.
Danny, does Andy use his reaction a lot?
He will mainly use it to if a creature lands next to him or ends their turn next to him, he will use it to move 15 feet away as a skirmisher.
And reaction is to halve your the what's it the
evasion and uncanny dodge is my main one.
Evasion doesn't use that.
Oh no, evasion's a feature. So uncanny dodge, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's get some initiative rolls in. I'm going to make this very easy on myself today because I've got a lot of characters to manage.
I got to 20 for initiative. I'm happy with that. Considering I rolled like a douche yesterday.
Hey.
Oh, is Johannes in the fight?
Johannes, the Cooper, Bothrid, and you all. So I need Dargon's roll, sorry.
It is. I'm in my character sheet at the moment. Bear with. It is
Kirik?
20.
20 for Dargon.
I will go half of that, so 10.
10. Excellent. Cool. So as we start then, as these two skeletal sort of devils land either side of this figure that's called himself Bale now. Might be single stick. I'll ask him later for you.
What was Anders and Bothrid's initiative, sorry?
So Ander was 20, Dargon was 20, you got 22, sorry.
20, sorry, not 20, 20,2.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was Ander, Dargon, Bothrid, and Kirik. Bothrid got 15.
Sweet. Right, there we go. Now I can press that. Okay.
Cool. So, Ander, as these creatures all just land and sort of Bale regales you with his speech and begins sort of lumbering forward toward you, you are up first in the initiative order. What are you doing?
Panicking!
We might want to zoom in on that one, Dave.
Oh, I was just giving the overall effect for a minute.
Yeah, everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will.
What I might do is just give them a bit of a ring of white so we can tell where they are.
Yeah, it's cool. Because I was squinting. So, I will try something that I see in the Feywild and I've become a victim of myself. So I've been studying it every time it happened to us. And I've been practicing it while nobody's been looking. So what I'm hoping to do is cast Hypnotic Pattern. Please. It has a 120-foot range and then it is a 30-foot cube though. So let's see. Oh, I'll just go for Bale and the Bone Devil next to him then, because I can't get the other dude at the top.
Yeah.
So a 30-foot cube around them, and it is a Wisdom 18 saving throw, please. On a fail save, the creatures become charmed and also incapacitated, and have a speed of 0.
Book out, shall we? Because I have a sneaking suspicion I might need it. Okay, so a wisdom saving throw. Let's do Bale first, shall we?
Aye.
Bale!
That is a 22.
74.
Fuck me. Should have done
And
unsettling
then
words first.
the Bone Devil gets an unnatural 20.
So, as I haven't mastered it quite yet and I'm trying it for the first time, you just see these weird colours that then just fucking disappear.
Nice, nice, nice.
And you'll just see a shit-eating grin appear on the Minotaur-like face of Bale as this spell fails. The Bone Devil just sort of... anything else on your turn, mate?
I will give one of my magical, unfailing inspirations to Kirik, though, because he's going to spell blast this guy in the ass.
Okay. Well, then over to... Do you want to move at all, mate?
No, I'm near Kirik, which is where I need to be.
Okay. Dargon.
Okay. Take him out first. Lead with me. Attack where I attack. And I will run forwards 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Should get me there. And I will, as I'm doing that, will smack my sword against my shield and both light up and I will cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Nice.
I now get 10... 10 temporary hit points. And... Oh, I can't quite do that. That's fine. Can't move any further, but I will. Oh, nice. Hang on a minute, I'm just double checking this one. I think I can do this. So as a bonus action, I will. As a bonus action, you can expend one superiority die and make a ranged attack with a weapon that has a thrown property. You can draw the weapon as part of making this attack. So if that sounds all about right, I will quick toss my dagger at Bale.
Okay, do you have a dagger?
I do have my dagger +2. So that is going to be a 27 to hit. Please hit.
27 is going to hit.
Lovely.
I really should describe this creature. I know you can all see him on the map, but for those on the podcast, and for those that may not be focusing on the screen right now, this Minotaur-looking creature has this sort of cape which you can't see on the character token, because I'll be totally honest, I forgot to add it, but this tattered cape which sort of billows around them. They hold this really malevolent spiked-looking morning star, and they have these spiked pauldrons, spiked gauntlets, this red hair that just sort of billows out behind them as well, and around the hooves and the knees are just these metal plates. And then across the waistline is just a belt that is held together by what looks like clasps made of skulls. Yeah, this is the motherfucker that is facing you. Carry on. You throw this dagger towards Bale.
Yeah, going for sort of one of the joints in the armour sort of thing, so that, you know, try and hit that point. Anyway, so that was, what was I say, 27 to hit.
27 will, yeah, we will hit.
So that, with the superiority die, is 19 points of piercing damage.
19 points of piercing damage.
Nice. On a dagger throw.
Yeah, because I got 9 on the D10, which is incredible for the superiority die. That is why superiority die are really, really powerful. Also, this is the thing I would usually go through later, but I think if you get the right ones, you can stack superiority die. I mean, I would use multiple, but I could then go, oh, I'm going to use this as well because I've just hit. Which is just insanity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nice. Okay, is there anything else you wish to do on your turn?
Stare down Bale. I'm good.
Excellent. Okay. I'm just going to use a legendary action.
Fuck off.
Pointing my sword at him. You and me.
And I need Kirik to make... What did I... Yeah, it was Kirik. I need Kirik to make a... Bear with me. Actually, I don't think I can do that.
It's got to be wisdom, isn't it? It's always wisdom.
No, sorry. It's going to have to be Dargon. Dargon, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, this is going to go wonderfully. Right.
You can do so with an advantage, though.
Interesting.
Okay. I mean, I have no modifier to that, so 14.
14.
That doesn't sound good.
14.
I rolled a 12 and a 14.
14 is not enough. You now consider yourself charmed by Bale.
Of course.
Because he just looks at you and he's just going to sort of say, you don't want to be doing that now, do you? And you now consider him a friendly. Where's all my little tokens? I've lost everything. There we go. All the way up there. Charmed.
That's right, lads. I got some damage in. I'm good. I'm out for the rest of the
Retire.
fight.
Nice stick. Don't need a spell to be charmed by him. Yep.
I'm loving the simping going on here. That's amazing. Cool. With that legendary action, it is then Bale's turn, who is going to use his action to use one of his abilities, and you just see him shout a word which remind me of the languages that you all speak. Does anybody speak Infernal?
Nope.
No.
None of us.
Okay, nobody understands this word that gets shouted, but you can see sort of looks left and right at the two Bone Devils as he does shout that out. And then he is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I believe that's his movement speed. He's just going to go up to there. And that will be Bale's go. We are then over to the Cooper, who has a movement speed of 40 feet. So he is just going to run and shout,
Interesting.
Dargon, you fool! Attack him! And he's just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 up to there. And has this huge, great sword in his hand, which he's then going to swing in his hand, 2 hands. He is then going to just sort of lift it above his head and swing towards Bale for a 27 to hit.
Nice.
And he's just going to do straight damage on this one. That is going to be 13 points of slashing damage to Bale. As that then happens, Dargon, I believe, the charmed effect on you, if I remember rightly. Yes. You are no longer charmed.
Nice.
That's a weird charm effect.
Yeah, it's a shit charm effect is what it is.
Not bitter about that at all, are you?
No, I knew it was going to happen. I planned it, mate, come on. The Cooper's then going to swing again. Or is he? Let's have a look. What we got. What have we got? We've got some things in here. Yeah, okay. With that oh no, well, let's roll the second one to see what happens first. But the second one comes in. Oh, so close. So very, very close. Unless... I don't think... Nope, that's all good. Cool. So that's a 31 to hit, which means there's going to be an additional one of them. That's going to be an additional 11 points of slashing damage. And then because of the Cooper being the Cooper, that's an additional 2d8 as well. For the improved Divine Smite, for all of 3. And then he's going to throw in a bonus action of a 5th level branding smite for an additional 5d6 radiant damage. So that's
what does the brand
points
do?
Of radiant damage.
Can you keep giving it?
He knows the location.
Ah, yes, of course, it got used on, yes. Aha.
So, yes, what you notice is as he swings that sword a second time, there is this gleam of sort of astral radiance which bleeds around the blade and just strikes in the target, or Bale now begins to shed this sort of glowing light, and it glows silver, and you can see now as the Cooper just sort of looks down towards his pauldron where that symbol of the platinum dragon is, and he's just gonna bow his head down and sort of hunker down, ready to fight some more. So that is the Cooper's go. We're then over to Bothrid, who is fucking raging after Ander said what he said. He's going to rage straight away. And because it was Ander that said it, he's not going to take the double-bladed quarterstaff out. He's going to take the woodcutter's axe, and he's going to run at this motherfucker. So he's going to rage first. Let's get that sorted. So as a result of that, he gets to move his movement speed immediately. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's going to attack recklessly. You've all set this up, is all I'm going to say. So he's going to recklessly attack with the woodcutter's axe. Let's just make sure we've got Bothrid's rage on. Rage on!
Raging hard on.
Well, I think that's what Stick's got right now. The equivalent of...
Been called out.
So the woodcutter's... Yeah. The woodcutter's axe then at advantage. Oh, really? That was so cocked, but that's fine. So it's going to be a 21 to hit, which will hit. So that is going to be 12 points plus 2, 14 points of slashing damage initially. And Bothrid is going to swing again with that woodcutter's axe. Oh, so close yet again. For 28 to hit this time, so another one of them. That's 15 points of slashing damage. Up to 17, I should say. So 17 points of slashing damage to Bale. That will be Bothrid's go, because he's used his bonus action to rage, and then we are over to this little fucker down here. So the Bone Devil, or the first of the Bone Devils, is going to move 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He's going to use full 40 feet to get up to where Dargon is. And you see this whipping tail that's around it as well. It is going to make 3 attacks at you, Dargon. So the first one's going to be a claw attack. I'm gonna roll these just for shits and giggles because this is easy. That is a 21 to hit.
You're muted, my friend.
You are muted, sir.
With my shield out, it will clang against my shield.
Okay. Second claw attack then is going to be... Oh, an 18. That's still going to miss. And then the tail is going to whip around. Shit, I didn't even go down the tower. That is a 23 to hit.
It hits.
As this tail just... and almost comes around the back and sort of pierces you in the back. You're immediately going to take this. I will roll on D&D Beyond. You're immediately going to take 13 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
Ooh, I feel like there's an and after that.
15 points of poison damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Fucking hell. There's a lot going on there.
It takes 10 points of cold damage as my armour of Agathis explodes. And a Constitution saving throw, 23.
Please. How much cold damage is that, sorry?
10.
10.
I was really hoping that was going to be towards Bale, but never mind.
The Constitution was a...
23.
You are not poisoned. You managed to stave off that feeling. Even the tail, even though the stinger sort of comes in the back and sort of spikes you in the spine, you just like... and you manage to hold it off. That will be its go. Kirik, over to you.
Oh boy. I am going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And as I arrive there, I will grab the staff, the Rod of Alertness. I'm going to put it on the floor, and it's going to shine into a 60-foot radius of bright light, 60-foot, and an extra 60-foot radius of dim light. And every one of my companions within the bright light is going to get a +1 to their AC and a +1 to their saving throw.
So that was how big?
60 and 60, so 120 altogether.
Does that stack on my warding bond?
It sure does.
So I can add a +1 for magical, yeah?
Yep.
Nice.
So
23
+1 to
AC.
saving throws.
Really annoying.
I got +2, motherfucker!
Yeah, you've got +2 to everything now. And everyone else should have a +1.
So you said 60 and 60, yeah?
Yep.
And you were placing it directly in front of you or at you where you're at?
Where I am. Like, I think that's what is assumed.
So that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Fuck me.
Yeah, it's basically the whole
50.
The whole thing.
60. There you go. So ignore the circle in the middle. Basically anything within there is just fucking... But it does mean we can see the devils better. So, well done.
That's true. And as a bonus action, I will put my hand on the top of the rod and I will use some of that light to use strength of the sticks to make myself a little larger.
There you go.
And
Kirik just...
That's my turn.
I think the Cooper, even between turns, is just going to look at you and shout, "Nice trick." Cool. Who just moved that?
Well, there's me trying to pan the map, and I can't because everything on the map is Kirik's thing.
I can sort that out. I can sort that out.
I need to look at.
Sorry, what am I doing? That one.
Oh, moved it again.
Locking it now.
Panic.
Nice. Yep. It is locked, I believe. Oh.
That's right, I'm just... Stop pissing around with it, people.
My beard.
Now it's locked. Good stuff. There we go. Okay. This Bone Devil then up here is going to move 40 feet as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Seeing as Kirik's just stood there and decided to grow. Now this does have this sort of polearm type weapon. It's going to swing at you with that. Doesn't necessarily need to be that close, but it decided to get that close anyway. First one is a natural 20.
Yeah!
Well, I am going to sentinel that for sure.
There we go.
That's 100%.
So you are going to take 14 points of piercing damage. And because you are huge or smaller, you are grappled.
Ah, shit.
Great. 14.
Yes, 14 points of damage.
Gotcha. That's alright.
It's then going to do that, or then slice at you with a claw. No, it's not. It's going to then try and hit you with its sting, sorry. Which is probably going to miss, because that's an 11.
Oh yeah, that misses.
So as it just sort of hooks you in and drags you in, the sting just fires wide. And we are then at the bottom of the round with this very, very, very shit roll. Johannes. Who apparently has nothing equipped anymore.
That's not good.
He has come fully prepared
D&D Beyond.
to chin a Minotaur with his bare hands.
Yeah.
When...
Actually, he may have gone through a Tasha's Awakening and is now a monk or something, I don't know.
Nope. He is still his usual self. He is going to run 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 up to there, to where the Bone Devil has you grappled. Kirik sort of runs around your feet thinking, fucking hell. And then can use the quarterstaff he has, and he's going to swing. Sorry, I can hear my dog crying outside the door. He's going to swing not once but twice. So the first one is going to be 19 to hit on the Bone Devil, which, when I can pull the right fucking thing up, is just going to hit. That is the magic number. I see Hannes is going to hit with, that's going to be two-handed with an additional 6 points of damage, and this ain't going to do it again. And misses the second time, so 6 damage from Johannes to begin with on that particular Bone Devil. And let's look at some bonus actions. He is also going to Hunter's Mark, that bastard.
Yes.
I've got a Hunter's Mark somewhere, there it is.
Matt, I forgot to mention, in case it becomes relevant, we can also... So every creature can sense the location, any creature that has the bonus can sense the location of any visible hostile creatures that is also in the bright light.
Right, okay. And what were those additional features from the bright light, sorry?
+1 to AC and +1 to all saving throws.
Excellent, let's just bump that up quickly.
Your saving throws must be looking nice now, and
yes. I hope I get to make a dexterity saving throw at +11 now.
Where's that?
Jesus.
I mean, I've got a +10 con. That's pretty cool with that.
That's pretty good.
You've already had to make one so far, actually.
No, that was a wisdom. Oh, Constitution. No, you're right.
As Johannes takes his turn, then Bale is going to use another legendary action and is going to teleport.
Of course.
Just disappears and is going to reappear back there.
Cock.
Run, little boy, run.
And we are over to Ander.
Nope.
That has changed what I was going to do, because I was going to use steady aim because I was safely far away. But now if I use steady aim, I cannot move.
Yep. He's going to have legendary resistances, so I don't want to do anything with a saving throw because it's just going to go. Nope.
Burn him, yeah.
But I haven't got enough spell slots to then burn a legendary resistance just to burn one. Do you know what I mean? My spell slots are precious. Unlike Kirik, who's like this. Like dollar bills at a strip club.
Go on then, Ander, what are you doing?
Then, I will use one of my +3 arrows. Because he's far enough away, isn't he, for me to be able to use them. Use it, is he? So as I see him teleport behind me, I'll just turn around, pull a +3 arrow, and fire it straight at his head. So I'll add +3 to this. 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
With 14 piercing damage. I think you use some sneak attack, which
14
is
piercing damage.
And then
as you just turn around, fuck!
And then I will 30 over here. And then no, that's it. I'll save my bonus action. That's it.
Okay. As you finish your action, then Bale is going to take another legendary action. And he's going to teleport again.
It's 3.
To there.
What is he doing?
Following me.
Busy though.
Move. No. Nothing is
Dargon, then you'll go.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay, seeing that I'm unlikely to be able to reach Bale, I'm gonna try and get rid of this Bone Devil. Yeah, fine. Okay, I will. Okay, so yeah, right, fine. Okay. It's gonna be absolute garbage first. That is a 15 to hit.
It's not going to hit.
Okay. Second one is cocked. Try that again. Oh my god, it's the same roll. Changing dice. I can't believe I've missed twice. That's better. It's 29 to hit.
29 will hit. What did you roll first time, sorry? A 15.
15 and then another 15, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. Just making sure.
We haven't got a +1 on attack rolls or anything daft. It's just on AC, isn't it? So
it's just on AC and saving throws.
Yeah. Yeah. Bollocks. I managed to change that, and that's really stupid of me. Right. That is so unprepared. Yeah, so that is 11 points of slashing damage to the Bone Devil.
11 points of slashing damage.
Clearly distracted that Bale is chasing under. Because that is a bad round. What I will do is move 5 feet up there. Which hopefully should mean that I'm within range to pick up my dagger again, if that's possible.
The dagger's in Bale.
It's in Bale. It will not be picked up then, but I will still make my movement there. No, fuck it. I'm going to stay back there. I'll stay back there, sorry, because I forgot about that.
No worries at all.
That is... yeah, that's my go.
Okay. It is then Bale's go, who sort of just looks at Ander, looks at Kirik, and is going to take a step forward, or a couple of steps forward, and is going to swing this Morning Star. And as it swings the Morning Star, you notice the head almost detaches on this whip-like thing, and just is going to attack Kirik first and foremost. Ooh, that is not a great roll, but that is going to be a 22 to hit.
Can't hear you.
You muted, mate.
It's my armor class. Sorry.
Just. So that is going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 11 points of necrotic damage. This Morning Star just across your back, and he's just going to bring that back in, and then he's going to swing again, but this time he's going to aim it towards Ander. That one's gone. That is another 22 to hit.
Yes.
Which you're going to take 17 points of piercing damage, Ander.
Reduced to half.
Reduced to half because I'm resistant.
And
so
20 points.
What's half of 17? 8? 9?
It'll be 9 on this.
Rounded up.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 20 points of necrotic damage.
Reduced to
Reduced
half.
to 10.
Thanks to Warding Bond,
So
which I forgot to put
19 altogether. And if I uncanny dodge the first damage down to 5, that'll actually only be 15 damage for me.
Me too. I just take the damage you take. So
You're welcome.
the first one was 9, so
That's the one I halved, so it'll be down to 5. Yeah, so then plus the 10, so 15
Yes.
altogether.
I heal 10. Right.
on. I've lost my lucky dice.
Good.
So cool. Yeah, that will be Bale's go then. Then over to the Cooper, who's going to roar at the fact that this creature has escaped him. Ba-dum. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'll do. The Cooper is going to turn and just point the greatsword towards where Bale is, as there is this silverish sort of lightning strike almost, where 6 beams of lightning energy just coalesce in the middle, and then this flame appears in the sky and then roars down as a fiery column. So he is going to cast a 5th level flame strike on where Bale is. So Bale's going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck it up.
That is cool. I'm glad he's on our team.
Same twice there, so that is a 16, which is just going to save. So that is going to be half of that. So that's going to be 8 points of fire damage. And as that happens, Bale is just going to stand there as this flame just... Bale is just then going to stand there and grin and laugh, as it has no effect.
Shite.
Fire.
Okay, so that's an action. Ba-dum. Okay, as a bonus action, the Cooper, you just see the symbols of the Platinum Dragon on his pauldrons just light up. And he is going to raise his sword into the air. I am the legend of the Platinum Dragon. Fear me! Stabs the sword down into the ground. He's going to use his Living Legend feat. Or feature.
He's basically He-Man.
So, he now has advantage on all charisma saving throws.
Yes.
And whenever he makes a weapon attack and misses, he can cause that attack to hit instead, once on each turn. And also, if he fails a saving throw, can use his reaction to re-roll it.
When can Ander have the Living Legend feat? Because he's pretty much
Well, it's not a feat, it is a...
Are you a
Is it
paladin?
a feat?
Not yet.
That's a
Yeah,
feature.
it's a...
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, it's a paladin
feature.
thing.
Yes, it is. It's a feature.
Oh, okay.
Of the particular paladin that he is. So that will then be the Cooper's go, and we are over to Bothrid, who is going to continue to rage, and is going to run up to here, 5'10", and is going to attack the fucking marked Bone Devil. Let's make this easier on myself. So we're going to get Still Reckless, Woodcut's Axe, and give me an 18, you bastard. No, that's an unnatural 20 to hit, which will hit. Second strike at advantage is a 25, so both of those are going to hit. So 10 18, 24 points of slashing damage to the Bone Devil. 24 points of damage. And that will be Bothrid's go. And is then this other Bone Devil who is going to continue to attack Dargon. So, since it's attacking you, I will not use D&D Beyond because I always like to use physical dice when it's against you guys. That's a natural 1 for the first claw.
We like you doing that too.
Second one is an 18, which is also going to miss.
Oh.
And then the sting again is going to whip around.
I'd have to be the sting.
For a 21 to hit, which I think is going to miss. So all 3 of those are going to miss, and miss.
I'm going to use my reaction to riposte and stab him in the in the old tail there.
Nice.
No, I'm not.
What'd you roll?
I missed 15. Again.
15,
Another
okay.
15.
Cool. Kirik,
That's going
you are currently grappled.
I am, but I'm also kind of unbothered by that.
Bothered.
As I get the attack from Bale, I am then gonna slightly smirk and just gonna look at Bale, and then my eyes are just gonna go up, and you see just a fireball that comes through and just impacts right in front of Ander. And as the light kind of dissipates, there is a dark drow elf with a shield and a morning star, angel-like with raven feathers behind him. I'm going to summon Celestial at 5th level.
Where the fuck is it?
I can do
Have
that
some of that,
too.
Bale, you good? Is Bale's first name Gareth?
No, he's actually useful.
I am summoning a defender.
He's very useful for Wales. That's a footballer for those not in the know. Because if his name was Gareth, he's not as scary now. He's called Gareth.
Well, you give him whatever name is going to help you out on this fight.
Fluffy.
Are they large? They are, aren't they?
They are large, yes.
That's the Celestial Defender token that we've got.
Correct.
Nice!
So he has 60. He's got that much AC. So I just think some maths. And as a bonus action, I am gonna use Second Wind because I took a buttload of damage on that round. Get some of that shit back. D10. Wow. Okay, I gained 4 hit points, so I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
It helps. Heal that. And
Are you running any concentration spells? I don't think you are. Warding
I
Bond?
am Defender is Celestial is a concentration spell now.
Okay, but Warding Bond isn't, so I'm just thinking of those hits previously,
not.
so that's good. Right, so let's put concentration on you now. Before I forget.
Yes. Hit points, it's got that many. It's actually not a lot. And then to hit. That's going to be my turn, but then it's the Celestial immediately after. So the Celestial gets to do, rounded down, gets to do 2 attacks against Bale.
Prior.
Yes.
Prior. Legendary action from Bale. On your
Sure
defender.
thing.
It's going to use... it's basically going to attack with this Morningstar against the defender that now appeared in front of it, and he looks pissed that a Celestial has now appeared on the battlefield. Natural 1. Fucks it.
Great.
Carry on. Defender.
Amazing. It's going to attack twice with its Radiant Mace. That's annoying. Well, yeah, it's going to go for it. See Celestial dice for that. Ooh, that's not good on the first one. So your spell attack modifier to hit, so it's a plus 10. 18 to hit. assume it doesn't.
Oh, sorry, no, meets the armor class.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be...
Do they get any thing for being in this light, other than the fact that they can be seen?
No, they don't get any debuffs.
That's what I mean. No, cool. Just making sure. So 18 meets the armor class.
So that's great. That's going to be 3 plus 3 plus spell. So 6 plus 5. Someone help.
11.
11. It's going to take 11 points of radiant damage.
11 points of radiant damage. Okay.
Ooh, and the select gain. There's like a burst of light where it impacts Bale, and the defender's going to get 10 temporary hit points.
Sorry, did you say 6 plus 3 plus 5?
No, he said 3 plus 3.
3 plus 3
6
plus
5.
That's fine. Sorry, I don't know why I heard something else then.
That's alright. And second attack is going to be a much better 23 to hit.
Yep.
That's also much better. 13 points of radiant.
13 points of radiant damage.
And both Anda and Kirik are too far away to get the bonus. So that's going to be it. That's its turn.
Okay. Bale will then use another legendary action to teleport. And it's going to appear over there.
He's running away.
Cool. It is then the PA Bone Devil who is going to use its pole arm type weapon that it has on you, Kirik, to just try and do more damage with it as it sort of impales you. Twist it slightly. That is going to be a 20 something to hit. No, it's not. It's going to be a 19 to hit.
That's going to miss.
It's going to miss. And then it's going to attack with the sting, which is going to be even worse. So, no, not going to hit.
That's going to miss. And I'm going to use my reaction. My shield's going to glow. And it's going to attack back at it.
Nice. Wrath of the Wyvern Queen.
Correct. I needed to make a... Oh no, it's just going to take this damage straight away.
Nice.
But I needed to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, Dargon, have you been adding additional damage, by the way?
No! Of the one
You can
fight
remember
I
that.
forgot.
There you go. Wisdom saving throw for
Yes.
this particular. Is the same magical effect? I imagine it is, isn't it?
The one
Yeah,
time.
it's from the shield.
Oh, the
We're up
one
against
time.
Unnatural 20 or 16. Unnatural 20.
Safe, so it is not frightened. However, it is going to take 23 points of necrotic damage.
23 points of necrotic damage. Where's he gone? There he is. Excellent.
I believe I've
Cool,
only
that
hit
will be your
once.
reaction.
There's my reaction burned.
Say again, Dargon.
I believe I've only hit once the Bone Devil with Timiel's Wrath, so I think it's only one.
That is true.
It's fine. Just remember it for next time.
Yep. I got my dice out.
Okay then. Johannes is concentrating as well. Let's make sure we remember that. Ooh. Was the hunter's mark? Johannes is going to take a risk and is going to step or attempt to run backwards 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to incur an attack of opportunity, which is a natural 20 from said Bone Devil there. But it's only going to be with a claw.
The one time I
That
used my
is
reaction.
going to be 16 points of damage to Johannes. He is then going to throw the staff onto the floor and take out his longbow. And now he has this creature marked, is then going to fire twice with his longbow, and I think just normal arrows.
Technically, Johannes needs a concentration check because...
That's a very good point. That is a 1925. He is fine. If I remember rightly. What did we roll? Yeah, 25, fine. Thank you very much for reminding me of that. So yes, it's going to fire once at the bone devil. He's marked natural 1. Second pulls back, and that time's a 26. So that's going to be 6 points of damage plus an additional 6, so a total of 12, if I remember rightly, for his hunter's mark, which should just be a 1d6. Yes. Let's make sure we chalk that off. So additional 1d6, so 12 points of piercing damage to that one. Cool. As that the second arrow just strikes in, and then we are up round to the top to Ander.
Yay! So now that dude is quite far away, I'm happily going to use my steady aim to gain advantage on a bow and arrow attack against Bale, and I will use another +3 arrow, please. So get 20, come on. That's a no. That's 21 to hit.
21 on Bale will hit.
Yeah. He panics me then. Oh god, shit damage. With 11 piercing damage, sneak attack damage of 11, and where's the mouse gone? Plus the D4, which makes all the difference. Fucking hell, a 1.
As you fire that arrow and it arcs and just strikes in between the pauldron and sort of the chest armor, and just dives in, and you just hear Bale shout, yeah! He's now bloodied.
No!
There's almost like just this steam or begins to sort of rise out. Cool. I am going to say, given the fact we are 2 hours in, I think that is probably the perfect moment for us to take a short break, because I don't know about everybody else, but I really need a wee. So we will see you all in a few minutes to continue this fight. See you all then.
Hello.
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 Yes, let's get back into this fight. Before we do so, however, let's say a big hello to everybody on the chat, everybody watching on YouTube, everybody listening on the podcast. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the simping tonight. That's amazing. Loving that. That's fantastic. I think Bale's about to get his ass kicked, unfortunately.
If you're on the podcast, have we actually gone away for a few minutes?
Technically, yes, because there is a mid-roll.
We do actually put a thing in the middle, because, we're clever like that.
Yeah.
We're almost professionals, mate. Almost professionals. If we ever get any sponsorships, that's where they'll go, but...
What would we be sponsored by?
Single malt whiskey, fingers crossed.
Nah, it'll end up being something.
I was going to say, if Balvenie want to throw a sponsorship in there, I ain't going to play.
I mean, a Glen Scotia wouldn't go
drink their shit online.
It'll end up being some form of lube company. Let's not mess around.
This is why you're not in charge of the sponsorships.
Slide into stream.
Mate, if you want to sponsor me, as long as it's not dirty Russian money, I'm in.
We don't do dirty Russian money, do we? Anyway, back to the matter at hand.
And let's bring it up the map.
I can see Samal's brain just going.
Why is Samal an oligarch and we don't know?
Oh, I'm sure it was.
No. I was going to say.
Kirik is,
but... yeah.
Anyway, so the long and short of
it.
that brief fucking departure from whatever we're doing was we love you all. Thank you for the support.
In a roundabout way.
Dear. Good stuff. Okay, Dargon, it is your turn.
It is my go. My goodness me, gracious almighty. Right. Okay. Yes. So I will. I can't do much else. It's going to be towards Bone Devil, the one in front of me. So, do you know what? For shits and giggles. No, I'm not going to. That's going to be normal. I shall. Please hit with a 21.
Against the Bone Devil?
Bone Devil, yes.
It will.
Cool. So, Timiel's Wrath will glow a little brighter at this moment. And I will get... that is now... 24 points of... no, you need this split out, actually, don't you? Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
You do need it split out, so I will retract that, and it will be 11 points of slashing damage. And it will be 13 points of radiant damage.
Excellent. As you then just sort of... Timiel's Wrath sort of chimes up, says, "Finally you remember." And you slice through a couple of bones on this Bone Devil, and it takes the full effect of all of that. Not enjoying that in the slightest.
Okay, another attack.
Would you like to swing again?
Yes, 24 to hit.
Will hit.
10 points of slashing damage, and only 6 points of radiant.
Okay.
And I will then turn to... Well, not turn to... I will shout to the Cooper whilst I attack this last one. I've got him distracted. Go for him. And I shall do another attack with Distracting Strike. So that will be a 19 to hit.
19 is just going to hit. It's the magic number you needed.
Okay, so that is then... the Distracting Strike will mean I hit for 20 points of slashing damage.
Shit corruption.
And... that one fell out. 12 points of radiant.
Nice.
The next attack, other than me, against this creature until the end of my next turn will have advantage.
Okay.
On Bone Devil. For a... yeah, no, I'm good. That's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Excellent. Bale, then, as it is his turn now, is going to... Okay. Bale is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down to where the Cooper is. He's just going to look down at the Cooper. "You have meddled in my master's affairs far too much." He's just going to slap a hand on the Cooper, but as he does so, you see that the hand itself pulses with this sort of ghostly flame-like energy, as that is going to be a 25 to hit the Cooper, which will hit even with the bonuses. So let's just open that up. as Bale is going to cast Inflict Wounds. Maths. Okay. And it's going to be quite a lot. Really loud in my ears. The Cooper is going to take 35 points of necrotic damage.
That's quite a lot.
Yep, that was a lot. Cool. And that will then... No, not be Bale's go. Bale is then going to use a bonus action, and you see the horns just almost grow and become sharper. His eyes bleed a brighter red, and he takes this dreadful form. Yep, just need to remember that. Excellent. It is then the Cooper's go, who needs to make a wisdom saving throw, but gets a +1 to this. It's not a great roll. That is... what is that? 15, which is not going to save against this dreadful form, and the Cooper is now frightened, believe it or not, of Bale.
Bugger.
Ain't good.
I can't see it. There it is, there it is, there it is. Okay. So the Cooper is going to be there, and nobody sees the fear because it is the Cooper, but it is there. However, the Cooper is just going to sort of and try to swing with this greatsword that he has. Disadvantage.
He does have advantage against the Bone Devil if he so chose.
He's not, because he's right up close and personal with Bale. So that's a 14 with the first, which is going to miss. And a 14 with the second, which is also going to miss. You just see the Cooper swing twice, and there's something sluggish about his movements. And Bale is just going to stand there and laugh. That will be the Cooper's go, I believe. Can use a reaction. Sorry. Yep, never mind. So his reaction's gone, just to see if he could save on being frightened, but he's not going to, and that is not a bonus action. Yep, no, that's fine. That will be the Cooper's go. Sorry, I was just reading a few things there. Apologies for the downtime. And then it is... yeah, Bale will then use a legendary action. He's going to teleport this time down here.
Well, damn.
Okay, so then Bothrid's go. Bothrid's just going to continue to wail on this Bone Devil. Still recklessly attacking. So that's going to be a 17, which is going to miss the first one. And then a 25 with the second, so
Nice.
the creature's going to take 17 points of slashing damage. And that's Bone Devil PA. 17 points of slashing damage, which is enough to bloody the Bone Devil. So all three of these creatures are now bloodied. Bothrid's then going to stand his ground. It is then the Bone Devil next to Dargon's go, and it is going to continue to try and take you out, Dargon. So the first claw attack is a maths, that is 22 to hit.
No, because I've got that +1 to my armour from Kirik.
Second claw attack's going to fail, and the sting, that one's definitely going to hit. That's a 26.
Yes.
So that's going to be 16 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
18 points of poison damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
18 points of poison damage.
Yep.
Constitution saving throw on its way. Be bloody good. Yeah, I'll do 27.
27, you are not poisoned, so you're all
Cool.
good.
Got them rolling good on those.
And then we are over to Kirik. Still grappled, still concentrating.
I am grappled, yeah. Forgot about that. That is annoying. Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a spiritual weapon behind Bone Devil PA. I'm going to do that at 4th level, please.
Nice.
So it's a slightly larger feather with kind of each, just a little bit sharper and slightly made of all metal kind of situation. And I'm going to go for a attack with it for a 14 to hit.
It's going to miss. The blade of the raven's feathered like dagger just almost slips between the rib bones and comes back out, doing no damage.
And then I'm going to kind of raise my hand to click towards Bone Devil, but then I think of something. I think of what the type of damage the Bale got me, and the spell that he hit the Cooper with, which I assume I would recognize. And then I'll turn towards Bale, and I'm going to try and cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay.
That'll be a Wisdom saving throw.
That is a 12. So he's going to use a legendary resistance to succeed.
Great.
Or I would, if I remember where I put my fucking pen.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Just when you remember where the bastard thing is. It's in me fucking lap. It's that bad. Oh dear.
You're not stirring
Okay.
it, stirring your drink with it or anything.
Yup. His passive perception is bullshit.
That's some bullshit. Anything else on your turn, Kirik?
Not on my turn, no. So that will be the defender's turn.
Well, at the end of your turn, Bale is going to use that opportunity to attack Dargon.
Sweet. Cool.
A 27 to hit.
Yeah, just.
You are going to take 10 points of piercing damage and 16 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, right.
Okay, now it's the defender's turn.
Cool. The defender's going to move in towards the Bone Devil. Fly
I'm going to
through.
use my reaction of Stone's Endurance.
Nice.
Yep, alright.
And he's going to attack the Bone Devil twice. First one being a 26 to hit.
Will hit.
To deal 15 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
And there's going to be another beacon of light exploding towards me, and I'm going to gain 7 points of temporary HP. 7 HP. And then second attack is going to be a 23 to hit for 13 points of radiant damage. And this time the beacon of light is going to explode towards Bothred, who's going to gain
Nice.
7 points of temporary HP.
Not that Bothred's taken any damage yet, but yeah.
So it's good. And that's the defender's turn.
Excellent. It is then Bone Devil PA's go, who is going to twist that... or are they? No, while it's got you grappled, having now Bothrid and this defender next to it, it's going to try and claw at Bothrid with advantage. I think that first one's going to hit anyway, because that's a 26 or a... Yep, 26. So 26 is going to hit first. That's not great. 6 points of slashing damage to Bothrid, which is going to be reduced down to 3. And then that sting is also going to whip towards Bothrid. That is 25 or better, 27. So that is going to be 15 points of piercing damage, reduced to 8. An additional shit ton of poison damage. Not a shit ton. 17 points of poison damage, reduced to 9. And Bothrid needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Which I assume he's fine with. But you never
It's
know.
a +1 anyway. That was not good. Has a +10 to his Constitution saving throws. Rolled a 12, which is going to be a 13, and is not enough to save. Bothrid is now poisoned.
Oh no!
That's bad. Although he can nullify it with Reckless, but still,
He can indeed,
it's annoying.
with Reckless, yeah. So, my main man Bothrid is suffering with a bit of the poison. Excellent. And then we are over to Johannes, who is going to have to move, given the state of these two fucking huge creatures, which are now attacking the Bone Devil. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Up to there. I'm just going to try and fire past the defender and past the spiritual weapon. So, where's Johannes? Where is he?
Come on. Kill this thing.
Longbow. First one going in. 26 to hit. That's going to hit. Second one. 22 to hit. Both of those are going to hit. So that's going to be 7 plus 4, so that's 11 plus 2d6 from Hunter's Mark. That's 19 points of damage total. However, that is going to be reduced. So you do notice these arrows striking, but they're not doing as much damage to this creature, given the fact that that bow is not magical in the slightest. Cool, and then... yeah, I forgot he had that. But he's not going to use it. He has technically got a companion, a ranger's companion, but it is a snake, and the snake is just going to be caught around his neck at this point doing fuck all. That is Johannes' go. We'll then back around the top to Ander.
Come on, Ander.
Do I keep attacking Bale, or do I also go in on Bone Devil? I will go for... I can't hit Bone Devil, actually, with everybody in the way. So I'm going to have to go for Bale. And I will use Steady Aim again to get advantage. And I will use a +3 arrow again. Just in case.
Nice.
Go on, give us a 20 one time. No. 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
Stop giving me ones. Piercing damage of 11. Sneak attack damage. Give me 4 6s. Come on. No. 12 more damage. And then... At least give me a 4 on the D4. No, a 2. A 2.
Oh, mate.
Every little helps, buddy. Cool. That is your go.
Oh, I should be doing more damage than this. I need to change dice.
Right, my go. So with that last swipe from Bale, he's going to look over towards Bale and be like, "You should pick on someone your own size." And as he does that, I'm going to grow into Bergon.
Nice.
As a bonus action.
A new player has entered the field. Where the fuck is Bergon? There he is.
Bergon!
I feel like Bergon needs his own theme tune.
Let's have the Mortal Kombat music going in my head. Dun, 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 dun.
As I do that, sort of, the momentum of changing, the shield just goes flying to the floor, and I'm two-handed. Sorry, Timiel's Wrath now.
Double fist in Timiel's Wrath.
That's the badger. So Oof. It is going to be. I'm going to use that as my distracting strike on Bale as well. So that is going to be means if I hit in the later ones, it won't give me advantage, but it still gives other people, hopefully. So it's going to be a 24 to hit.
Nice.
24 is going to hit Bale, yeah.
Here comes a 4d10. I will split it out. Okay, here we go. So, 23 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
18 points of radiant damage.
Nicely done. You can see Bale has got these cuts and all over him. Not looking good.
You won't leave here alive. And that is 20, 31 to hit. Then
yeah.
is 16 points of slashing and 12 points radiant.
Okay.
And then the last attack. 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
12 points of slashing and 16 radiant.
Beargon, how would you like to take out Bale?
Oh, nice.
So I'm throwing the shield to the side, two-handed. Well, fuck it. I mean, let's do this. So let's chop his hand off that is holding the whatever he's got in his hand, mace.
The Morningstar, yeah.
The Morningstar. Kick him to the floor, and then swing the sword up and just stab him straight through the chest.
So you sort of backhand slice the hand off, and the Morningstar just clatters to the floor, and you can see Bale just sort of look up at you, and his eyes close instinctively as you then swing up and straight down the middle. And as you slice straight down the middle, there is this roar of fire, and Bale is gone, the body is gone. The Morningstar, however, is still on the floor. Cool. That's Bale out. Cooper no longer frightened.
Sweet. I will action surge. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
For shits and giggles, let's take out Bone Devil. Right, I'll do all three of these at once.
He's on a roll. Don't stop him.
26, 23, and 17.
There gone MVP.
The last one does not hit.
Okay, two of them.
The first two do.
So that is 27 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And also, yeah, wait, what? And 24 points of radiant.
Very close as you sort of stab into the bone devil and twist, and a couple of ribs just splinter out as you do that twist movement. I'll say with that, you also actually detach one of the wings that are on the back with those two strikes. The two strikes that hit. As the third one then comes in, the bone devil's just going to swing at one of these clawed hands and just bats the sword away. Cool, I believe that will then be your go.
Very much my go. I'm done.
Well, you've killed me, main man. So it's then the Cooper's go. So the Cooper is just going to dash forward 5 feet and is going to actually sort of almost jump and bring the greatsword down. So for the first strike to be 21 to hit. Let's just roll the second one for shits and giggles as well. Yeah, okay, so that's 29. So both of those are going to hit. So we're going to get 9, 18 points of slashing damage initially on the Bone Devil. In fact, yeah, Bone Devil's out. Not going to waste a bonus action. The Cooper just jumps up and with that first strike, just comes down. So that first one for 9 damage is going to take that out. So how much? Yeah, the Cooper, they're going 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, that's going to be his full movement speed to get back up to where Bone Devil PA is. And then with the second swipe, is going to hit that one for 9 points of damage. There's going to be the additional radiant damage on that, which is a d6. For 2. And then he's going to throw in, as a bonus action, what is he going to throw in? I mean, you don't need to throw in a lot. Yeah, I'll throw in a second level branding smite.
Why not?
For an additional 7 points of radiant damage. And that Bone Devil is not looking good. I believe the Cooper gets one more attack. No, just two. Just two. So that is then the Cooper's turn. It is then Bothrid, who is poisoned. And let's just double check that. Repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So, okay, so his attack is going to be at normal, because he will recklessly attack. So that is going to be a natural 20.
Nice.
Take him out.
So Bothrid is going to deal 23 points of slashing damage with the woodcutter's axe. And as he does so, is just going to... Not my garden! Take out the leg. The leg of the Bone Devil just drops down, and then he's going to bring the great axe up and just take the head off. And that takes the Bone Devil out. And we are out of combat in this immediate area. The Cooper immediately with all these creatures.
Area. That's comforting.
the Cooper with all of these creatures down is going to look up to the keep where you can see the impact of where this fireball has hit. Boys, it's you. You've got to fight. You are the ones who have to solve this problem. Get to the keep. See where the other masters are. I'll keep them at bay. And Johannes is then going to step forward. But you won't be doing it alone. He's going to look to you, Ander. I taught you well. You've learned much more than we ever could have imagined. You're stronger. You're smarter. Use those skills. Do what you have to. I'll either see you on the other side of this, or... well, the other side. But know this, Ander. You've always been like a son to me. And you've made me proud every single day.
Oh. You'll just see, and I'll just do that a nod, but you'll see a tear roll down his cheek. I got him in the fields, I did.
Johannes will sort of dash over, grasp you on the shoulder, touch his head to yours. Fight hard, fight strong. Alright then, Baldy. Let's get this over with. Cooper's just going to heft the great sword, and they're going to begin sprinting back to the village, unless there's anybody that wants to say anything to them before they go.
Yeah, as we're heading towards the keep and the Cooper's going the other way, I'll get down on sort of quickly kneel down on one knee in front of the Cooper. Give him hell, and then just get up and run.
Dargon.
Yeah.
At some point you might need these, and he's going to reach into his pack and pull out a box. He's just going to throw them in your direction.
Cheers. Now go.
And the Cooper's just going to then begin running off. And you notice this sort of... as the Cooper runs off, the Cooper's just going to collect the sword in front of him, and there is almost like these draconic wings which just blast out from his back. And he's going to soar, pick up Johannes, and just streaks towards the gate where Glenn Tuag meets the Maltmaster's Keep. And yeah, you can hear the sounds of fighting and screaming everywhere. There are more fireballs just all around the keep now, all around the castle. You can see the store where the barrels are kept is now literally totally on fire with a huge hole through the roof. The temple itself has taken a direct hit behind you. And you can see the priests all flooding out. There are some which are firing spells or fighting with swords and shields. There's a couple of them who seem to have taken, or sort of now wearing armor. And you now see the multiple different priests of the different sects, the different deities, all fighting as one. And there is just this glow about the outskirts of the temple as they now will fire these different spells and attacks towards the fiends that now beset them. You, however, turn your attention to the keep, and you begin to run towards it, and it's not far. And just off to your left, as you run forward, you can see there looks like there's another skirmish or sorts from another set of figures. And you see a centaur in the midst of them, in the midst of these sort of strange lizard-like devils with these big long thorns. There is a horned devil there as well, quite literally a horned devil. And then as Mephisto sort of literally punches one in the face, and you see then a purple streak slash across as one of these lizard-like demons with all the barbs and the thorns off it just gets sliced in two, and then the flash of brunette hair as Thailania stands up. Ha! Next! And then there is just this another fireball streaks down, knocks Mephisto and Thailania back. And then where that fireball struck, a pure red creature stands, wielding a mace of sorts, just slams it into the ground. For Asmodeus! It's going to streak forward towards Mephisto and Thailania as a pit fiend. That one fucked me throat. As a pit fiend just streaks forward towards them. And that is where we are going to leave it tonight. So yeah, Asmodeus was clearly waiting for something, and it seems to have happened. So with Glenn Tuag and the Maltmaster's Keep now besieged, we thank you all for joining us. As the boys said to me earlier, we are in the end game now. So yes, we are very much rapidly approaching a climax of what is to come, I think. But there is still more to do, still much more to do before that can happen. So we will see what happens next week as we continue this siege on Glenn Tuag now and see what the boys can do. Hopefully see some of the other Maltmasters and the other characters in battle, which we've not seen throughout the whole series. So give you an insight into some of their abilities. But yes, that was an awesome episode. I've thoroughly enjoyed that, I think. Or hopefully it was something of a surprise to most people. And yes, we will see what happens next week. So thank you to all the tools we've used tonight. So Hero Forge for the character tokens, Owlbear Rodeo, of course, for the virtual tabletop, which has been amazing again tonight. The sound effects and the musical ambiances from Tabletop Audio. Of course, there's amazing sound effects from BattleBards, Dina Beyond, everything that I mentioned at the beginning. We hope you've enjoyed the Twitch stream. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us and watching this. Please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video when I can get the words out. Of course, if you're listening to the podcast, please... fuck me, English is escaping me now. Please leave a review or rating or a like or whatever you can do on your podcast platform of choice. It is immensely appreciated. And with that... as I now sit and calm down from the flustered sense of combat that was, we will see you soon, I believe. So I believe. We will see you soon. Stay safe, stick around for the raid, and we'll see you next time.